see.
Also, Ronda Rousey said Netflix gonna do better numbers than Paramount Plus because her and Gina Carano are fighting on Netflix, which nobody wants to see that fight. Maybe 10 years ago, but nah.
Make sure we're good. All right, look good. Is the audio good?
Oh
Damn, bro.
yeah.
I always got my fucking headphones all fucking crooked and shit.
I got a muscle strain in my rib right now, so hopefully the ibuprofen lets me breathe. But we good. But, but.
What is up, fight
Let's see.
fans? We got our picks and
Sure.
prediction videos for Sean Strickland versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez here. We're gonna go over our picks and predictions for the fight card. Sorry about the lapse of the last couple weeks. We just can't bring ourselves, to give our picks for certain cards. We don't really care about like that. Batista versus Oliveira, like, come on, man. We all know that Batista was gonna school him. Like, the only person I cared about that whole card was fucking Oraguchi, like, literally, because he's probably the next contender at flyweight, but. We're gonna get into our picks of this fight. This is a big fight. This probably determines, who gets the fight with Chimaev after, Imavov. So this is a big fight here, Jose.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, I can't. I love the sport, but watching fights from the Metapacks it's painful, bro. It's brutal. But no, I'm excited for this one. This is a fight night card. Again, I love when the UFC goes back on the road. They're in Houston. You got Sean Strickland, former middleweight champion in the world, against Fluffy Hernandez, who hasn't lost since COVID. Man, a really exciting fight. Really interesting card we're about to break down here. And for once, I'm excited for a fight night. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's make our picks. Let's break it down. And for you fans at home, we know you're going to put some bets in on this. So we'll make sure to touch on that as well because you got to feed the degeneracy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's crazy to think about where Anthony Hernandez is because that he lost to like a guy like Kevin Holland. Like that was his last loss, like was Kevin Holland. So and like you see where Kevin Holland is now, he's kind of like a gateway guy, just a fun fight guy. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. So how you can turn your career
Yeah.
around. So going to the first fight, we got Juliana Miller versus Carly Judice. Juliana Miller is a girl that won Ultimate Fighter, and against Carly Judice, who I think she's the best female striker I think right now in the UFC in terms of coming up prospect. I think she's the UFC's Dakota DiVincenzo in my opinion. Like I don't know if you've seen her last fight. She has
Hmm.
really good striking, man. So I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Carly
Yeah.
Judice. I think she can hurt Juliana Miller in the feet. Juliana Miller is gonna be forcing the grappling. She's gonna be leaning forward a little bit too, forward on her feet, leaving her head open for like a kick or
Yeah.
something. So I got Carly Judice by TKO. So
Yeah. Shout out to all the gooners out there who are going to be picking Juliana Miller.
going in for what?
She's in the same boat as
She
bro. The
looks
gooners love her and Demopolis, Mackenzie Dern, Juliana Miller. I don't know why,
she looks
but
like
the
my left
gooners
thumb, bro.
on UFC. I agree, but in MMA, the picks are the pick and slim, bro. So these gooners out here for some reason love Juliana Miller. Grappling heavy. I'm not a big fan of her game. I do like Judice a lot, man. Very crisp striking, man. I think it's gonna be a high paced fight, but I do think Carly Judice comes out on top. Um, and I think she's just gonna keep building her brand, right? That flyweight's a division that kind of needs that right now, especially with you got a Shevchenko kind of aging out at that division, right? You got a couple contenders in there. You do want to build up some people, right? And Judice is at a good age at I think she's what 25, 28, right? No, 25. She's 25. So at 25 is a perfect age. A good fight with Juliana Miller. And in front of a crowd, right? You get her in front of a crowd, get her fighting, get people seeing her. yeah, I think we might have a star on our hands with Carter Judice if she continues to develop her game. Yeah.
Yeah, she could be like the female Wonder Boy, man. We need that. We need the good
Ooh,
American fighters,
I
you know.
like that.
So going to the next one,
I like that.
we got Jose's favorite fighter, Jordan Levitt versus Yadier Del
Jesus.
Valle, Cuban guy. What the hell? I don't think I've seen this guy
Yeah,
fight
my
before.
Cuban brother from Houston, Texas, man. Oye, que hola, said it. He's the same guy that also got beat. What's his face? The dude that threw the fight.
Oh,
In the
Bulgarian.
yeah, that's him. Yep.
He's got to win over Matthews though, so a submission artist it looks like. So
Yeah, yeah, but he's striker first though. Actually, good grappling, but he's a striker first. But no, we also have a God. I don't want to sound racist by saying this, but I swear his nickname is like something monkey. Jordan Levitt. I swear
I
to
thought he
God,
was a
it
booty
is.
bandit. I thought his nickname was Booty Bandit.
He might as well be. He's one of the weirdest dudes I've ever seen in the
He's actually
sport. I
straight, bro.
can't stand him.
Him
Hey,
and
listen, man.
Him and Peyton Talbot are actually straight. But I bet if we locked him in the closet for like a week, let's see if we can change that a little bit. Lock them together in the closet.
Bro.
Yeah.
Jordan Levitt definitely beats off the hentai. That one, I listen. The less we talk about this, the better. Jordan Levitt's the same guy that got all his wins by taking people's backs and then got choked out by Patty. I like Yadier Del Valle. It's not even the Cuban bias, man. He's 24 and he looked really good in his last fight. Yes, Bulgarian threw the fight. But Yadier Del Valle looks good, man. He's undefeated, man. He's got talent. I'm gonna go for the Cuban boy. Give me Yadier Del Valle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yadier. I think he gets a submission here, like a triangle or something. I think Jordan Levitt's gonna force the grappling, and I think he gets hurt, and then I think he gets submitted either guillotined or in a triangle or something. So I'm gonna go with Valle as well. I'm gonna rock on your coattails right there. Going to the next fight, we have Phil Rowe
Mhm.
versus John Paul
My God.
Yanni. This nigga's from the United States. Ain't no way with a name like that. He from the U.S., bro.
Lebos, so yeah, Lebos, no, yeah. But why is Phil Rose still in the UFC? That's my real question,
I
bro.
mean, he fights. I mean, he's got good, decent striking. You know,
Yeah.
he's a poor
I,
man's he's a poor man's Jalen Turner. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I look, he think he could win this fight. So I mean, it's not like he's fighting a guy right now you can't beat. This is the guy's debut in the UFC. So first guy, and then he's fighting a guy who's a veteran. Who did Phil
Right.
Rowe lose to last fight? Let's see.
No, he won the last fight. He
No,
beat
he
oh
lost. He lost.
he
He lost to Co.
who did he beat
Decision.
before?
He beat Ange Luce. Yeah, come on, bro.
That's what I was thinking. It was the Ange Lusa fight that you and me that I remember that.
And then
Yeah.
he's able to take guys like Wesley Matthews to decision. So, I mean, I'm going to go with Phil Rowe here. Fighting a guy who's, making his debut. He's going to get his welcome to the UFC moment. So, I got a decision out of Phil Rowe here.
I think if this guy puts the pressure on Phil Rowe early and doesn't gas out like an Ange Lusa, he wins. So I'll take John Paul Laboznoyani.
Oh, you
Nothing
trying to
against
pick
Phil
against
Rowe.
me.
I think Phil Rowe. I give Phil Rowe crap, but Phil Rowe, I mean, he's a poor man's Neil Magny, which Neil Magny is already a poor man's like Anthony Smith, if you think about it. Um, but I think Phil Rowe, he stays in the fights, he makes it tough. I just think this kid, man, at 27, I think he's gonna be able to put the pressure on him, finish it quick. I think he gets a finish over Phil Rowe. I think Phil Rowe keeps his chin up high way too much, man. And I think that'll be a problem in this fight. So I'm gonna take Liani.
All right. Go to the next one. We got Ramirez Brahimaj versus Punali Soriano. Um, and I'm going to go with Brahimaj here versus Soriano. I don't think Soriano's not really good at anything, He's decent everywhere, and he's super durable, So I think Brahimaj would be able to get the win here. And then we seen him. He just fought like a couple months ago, right? Oh, yeah, he got the win over Vanderford over
Mr. Van Zandt.
OnlyFans manager.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Brahimaj here. I think Brahimaj can get a submission. Punali's just happy with just being in the fight. I feel like a lot of times he doesn't try to win.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to lose. He's just there, So I'm gonna go with Brahimaj.
You know, I watch Punani Soriano fight. Yes, that's his name. I'm calling him that, Punani Soriano, because I watch him fight. How is this man 12-4, Devon? We both watch his fights, and he's just granted, I think he came in with a great record in the UFC. He's probably only has the 4 losses, but he's not good, and he hasn't been good. He had the one fight on Fight Island, right? It was on the I think it was on the Holloway Cater card, and after that, he just has done nothing. I'll take Brahimaj, man. I like Brahimaj in this fight. I think Soriano's grappling will be lacking. It'll get exposed, and Soriano's the kind of guy he needs to land a knockout punch to win. I don't trust guys like that when you're fighting a grappler who is looking for submissions because they know how to not put themselves in positions like that. So I'll take Brahimaj, man, and hopefully Soriano gets cut after this. Not that I want to take money out of a man's pocket, but we need to trim down the roster. And these are the kind of fighters that I'm like, nah, I'm good. We can do better in the fight game.
Yeah, these are guys who are like not Paramount guys. You know what I'm saying? Paramount's for excitement. It's an excitement
Right,
era. So
right,
going to the
right.
next one, we got Jocelyn Edwards versus Nora Cornoli. And I think this is a rematch actually. I think Nora Cornoli's got a win over Jocelyn Edwards before. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
But Jocelyn Edwards, I think she's a girl that has actually improved. I feel like, oh yeah, she beat her in 2023. So decision as well. Um, but Jocelyn Edwards is a girl who stays active and decent striking. I feel like she's pulled together some good wins. So I think I'm gonna take Jocelyn Edwards here in the rematch. I think she's been very active. She's got the length. She's got decent striking. And she's the only girl I remember when I watch. I'm like, I don't always regret watching her fights. The only problem is sometimes she can get caught, against the cage, hanging against the cage a little too much, pulling a Jose Aldo. But besides that, I think she's decent everywhere. So I'm gonna go with Jocelyn Edwards here.
Yeah, I'll take Jocelyn Edwards, man. I want to see Jocelyn Edwards succeed. Not just because I like her striking style, but also she's like for that weight class, she's big, bro. She's like a freak for that weight class. Just how she's built and her strength. Um, I think she has gotten better, like you said. Definitely a lot more active. I mean, dude, she has 22 fights to Cornoli's 12 in MMA. And that does matter, I think. I think Jocelyn Edwards, I mean, dude, we've been watching her fight since like the COVID days, right? The Apex days. And she just keeps getting better and better, shows flashes of brilliance. I want to see her get on the run. I'm going to take Jocelyn Edwards here. And nothing against Nora Cornoli. That's a tough veteran at 36 years old, but I think Jocelyn Edwards, especially coming off the last fight they had a couple years ago, which wasn't a domination. It was a close fight. I remember that it was a close fight. I think Jocelyn Edwards is just gonna come back better, sharper, and just win this fight. No doubt, in my opinion. But it's MMA. You never know.
Yeah. Going to the next one, we got rising star Eldon Correa versus Luis Jarul. Correa training at the same gym as I think Malcolm Wellmaker. Um, and he had
Hmm.
that great win his last fight. He was kind of looking like Aaron Pico out there a little bit. I remember he was
Yeah.
looking good. So I think I'm gonna go with Eldon Correa. Luis Carrillo is a very tough guy. I mean, he has a chance, to dominate in the wrestling here and just lay on Correa the whole fight. But I feel like Corey's got a good mix of wrestling and very, really good striking boxing. So I'm gonna go with Corey here. I think he's just gonna be able to do a little bit more damage. But Jaro's gonna make it a really tough fight for this guy. So very close. I think it might even be a split decision here. Very close decision. But I'm gonna go with Corey. Man, I want to see him go, to the top of this division. So
Yeah, I'll take Corey as well, man. I can't disagree with you at all. I'm very high on Corey. I was very impressed from his UFC debut, and and it's crazy because Garule is the younger one here, but he looks like he did about 15 years in a state penitentiary. Um, but all jokes aside, I think Garule is a tough fighter. I don't think it's gonna be a domination. I think it's going to be a scrappy fight, a good flyweight fight, which I'm very happy we're getting those back. I've missed some good flyweight fights, man, and this is one of those that I think is going to bang. But I'll take Alden Corey. I think this is time to prove that he belongs in the flyweight division, the UFC, and flyweight's wide open. Flyweight is wide open. open right now, So a guy like Alden Correa, I I think personally is the perfect guy to rise up through the rankings, man, and we can see what he's made out of in a fight against Luis Garule, who is tough, man. Is tough. I mean, flyweight so good, even outside their top 15, the guys are good fighters, bro. Let's just be honest. It's just that kind of division. So I'll take Alden Correa. Want to see to see his name on the card.
Your shit's just lagging, gang.
Oh, Devon,
Who's spam calling me, bro? Hold up. Somebody's trying to fix the lag real quick.
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Alibi Adiras against one of I wouldn't say an enemy of the show, just persona non grata around these parts at Glove Talk. A man who we praised, and then he decided to block us because we criticized him in a fight. Odie Osborne. Now, Odie Osborne is a guy who can look good against a Steve Urseg for 1 second and then look horrible another second. Fast, athletic, twitchy. But for what? You're 13-9. You're fighting against Alibi Dearest, who he's good. And he's gonna finish Odie Osborne. And I don't know about you, Devon, but that's what I want to see. Give me Alibi Dearest by finish. Odie Osborne, I hope you get cut after this. I haven't forgotten that you blocked us.
Bro, what? You just did a whole breakdown while lagging, bro? I told you to fix the lag, gang.
Oh, my fault. My bad. I don't know what's going on with the lag. I got everything off the
Like,
internet.
like you're talking and then it's like disconnected to your lips moving.
Ah, ah, ah.
Talk, go again real quick.
Odie Osborne's a bitch.
Okay, so I'm guessing you pick Idris against
Yes, it is by finish. Odie Osborne, I hope you get cut after this. You still a bitch, bro.
Yeah,
You still got us
yeah, I'm
blocked.
gonna go with Idris. I think he, I think he just holds him down for 3 rounds to win. So I'm gonna go with Idris. I think Osborne will throw up some submission attempts in the first round, but besides that, he'll just lay on his back, um, and let him stay in his guard the whole time. So I got Idris, by boring decision. The next one we got Chidi Njikiwani versus Carlos Leal. Um, damn, welterweight.
Jesus
He's fighting
Christ.
at welterweight now.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, that's kind of scary, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go with Cheaty here, bro. Cheaty at welterweight, I feel like the weight cut isn't bad. It's a dangerous guy. So I'm gonna go with Cheaty here.
Uh, I struggle to trust African fighters nowadays, man, because Tiva Gautier, Angelusa, Kennedy, and Chukwu, like it's just the list goes on of just guys that just sell me every time. What's the one that frickin' his house The Rock gave to him? That one, Garimbo, Blood Diamond. On that note, I'm gonna take Carlos Leal because I think as talented as Cheaty is, he has zero gas tank, and for some reason decides to just leave his chin out there. Give me Carlos Leal.
Okay. Yeah. Going into the main card now, we got Zach Reese versus Michelle Pereira. Oh my God. Michelle Pereira
Fresh,
still in the UFC.
fresh up, not kicking Zadrikas Dumas.
Oh my God.
What is this fight, bro?
I got Zach Reese, bro. I think Zach Reese, I think this will be the last fight for Michelle Pereira. I think he gets cut after this. I got Zach Reese, either catching him on the chin or submitting him. I got Zach Reese here. Michelle Pereira is just a little wild guy. I don't know how he's ass. If you look at him, he should be a fucking demon. And I don't know how they got Zach Reese taller than fucking Michelle Pereira. What? So yeah, it's a dunzo, bro.
Can we talk about the fact of how downhill Michelle Pereira's career has gone since he walked around with the
Who's
Israeli
worse? Who's
flag
worse?
after winning that one fight?
Who's worse, Michelle Pereira or Johnny Walker?
Oh, Michelle Pereira.
Michelle Pereira.
Michelle Pereira, 100%. No,
Has,
yeah, Michelle
they
Pereira, bro.
really fought each
Michelle
other?
Pereira. Michelle Pereira walked out with an Israeli flag like the same month the Israeli-Palestine war started, bro. Give me Zach Reese, man. Give me Zach Reese. Michelle Pereira, have fun at the PFL, buddy.
How does Zach Reese only have 12 fights? I feel like he's been around, but maybe the injuries hold him back a little bit. Next, we got Jacoby Smith versus Joshua Harrell. Um, and this one, I'm gonna go with Jacoby Smith, man. Jacoby Smith's a prospect, big prospect in the division. Very good wrestling, very heavy hands. I'm a guy that DC loves a lot. You know, he gasses him up. And I guess Joshua Harrell, another guy who's 11-0, so another prospect. So undefeated versus undefeated here. Guys putting their O's up on the line here. I'm gonna go with Jacoby Smith. I think the wrestling is there if he needs it, and then he's also got very powerful hands. We haven't been able to see his gas tank yet, but I'm gonna go with Smith here.
Yeah, I can't trust light-skinned men with hairlines receding that bad at 27 years old.
Shut up.
Bro, I can't. That hairline. Look at that hairline, bro. Look at that hairline. That's bad.
It's not receding.
That's
That bad,
horrible.
Look at your hairline. Put the hat. Take the hat off.
Anyway, I'm gonna take. You're a hoe. I'm gonna take Jacoby Smith in this one, man. I like him as a prospect. I like Harold, to be fair. Josiah Harold's a good prospect as well. I think this will be interesting fight to see, man. They both have different styles, man. Very different styles. Josiah Harold's more of a grappler. Jacoby Smith, man, really polished, right, in his style. The taller, bigger guy. I'm gonna take Jacoby Smith, man. I think at welterweight he's an interesting prospect, right? To see what he can do at 30 years old. He's probably peaking right now. So, yeah, interesting to see what we can get out of Jacoby Smith. And yeah, I think this will be a pretty good fight to watch on the card for sure. And up next we got Sloppy Big Boy fighting. So have fun.
Yeah, we got Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delija versus Ante Delija coming off that loss versus Costa, which he stole, bro. Basically had Costa out there, but I poked him, so they brought it back, and then Costa knocked him out, which just makes Tom Aspinall look so bad, especially because they're teammates with each other. But before that, Ante Delija, we were talking high about him. We thought he was a good prospect for heavyweight. So against Spivak, a guy who's probably gonna wrestle. It's gonna be a super wrestle heavy, so it's gonna be Ante Delija. Can he anti-wrestle better than Spivak can wrestle? So I don't know, man. Coming off a bad knockout loss, I think Spivak might be a bad matchup for Delija here. I'm gonna go with Spivak, even though Spivak is a seller, and he's not as good as he used to be. I think he'll just be super wrestle heavy this fight, hold him down, boring sloppy fight, and he'll end up getting the win here. I think Delija will be a little bit tentative in the beginning, coming off that bad knockout. So I'm gonna go with Spivak. He hasn't been able to train with Tom Aspinall either, because Tom Aspinall's been out with his eyes. So
no, I hate this fight. I hate Sergey Spivak. He's in that category of like a marching Tibura of just guys heavyweights during COVID that destroyed all my parlays on DraftKings. On that note, though, I think Ante Delija at 35, he's gonna go look for a knockout. He has to. He has to go look for a knockout. Spivak, he has a good wrestling game. He just does nothing with it when he's on top. He just lays on people, though. I'll take Ante Delija. I think he gets a knockout here. I think Spivak. If Spivak gets his hands on him, though, then it's going to be a long night. But I think D'Elia gets him out in the first round. I'm going to take D'Elia by knockout. And if D'Elia doesn't win, then cut him, please, because I'm not here. Heavyweight sucks. By the way, there's less than 30 heavyweights on the UFC roster now that Jailton Almeida has been cut.
They should cut all of them but 5, to be honest.
No, I agree. Heavyweight sucks. Get Gable Stevenson in there and just let him run through everybody. Like,
man, for real.
Yeah, which, by the way, Jailton Almeida, you absolutely suck, bro. Have fun in the PFL. My God, your fights are some of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
If you want to get heavyweight good again, you get Francis back and you get Gable Stevenson.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Jesus.
You force Tom to come back or you cut his ass. I'm sorry, bro. I know his eye is really injured, but he's milking the fuck out of that shit. I'm sorry, bro. I am sorry, bro. Like I don't
Yeah.
need 50 YouTube videos about your eye surgeries, brother. Um,
And here's the thing: they should do an interim fight between Surreal and Pereira,
yeah, that'd
in
be
my
fire.
opinion.
That'd be fire. Why not? It's an interim. It's not like
But
it's undisputed, so who cares?
yeah, but then there's some saying he'll vacate if they do that. Which, bro, go ahead, do it, do it. Who gives a fuck at this point?
Yeah.
Like,
Going to the next one, we got Dan Ige versus Melexuxel Costa. How do you say his first name? Melequisel. Melequis. They be trying to talk about black people names. Look at this shit. This a hood nigga from Brazil.
Melquisael,
Melexuxel Costa.
Melquisael,
Damn, they're giving this guy a
Melquisael
big
Costa.
name early. Damn. So, a guy who got didn't he knock somebody
Yeah,
out? A very high ranked guy last time. Who he knock out? Didn't he knock somebody out?
yeah, and then he got knocked out
Oh
as
yeah,
he got knocked out
Morgan
by
Cherie.
somebody as
He
well.
knocked out Morgan Cherie.
Mhm,
So, and
mhm.
he's got to win over Arosa, Christian Rodriguez. He beat Christian Rodriguez and then knocked out Morgan Cherie. So dangerous guy here. But he's fighting an experienced guy, Dan Ige, man. He's just been there, man. He's fought the who's who. He's fought guys like Diego Lopez, short notice, and went to decision against him. So I'm gonna go with Dan Ige here. I think
Bryce
he's
Mitchell.
just a,
Yeah,
he's a little too much of a vet here. He's too good. He's like a vet guy
yeah,
who's still sound technically to where, and he's still got a chin to where he's still gonna always be there for the fight. So I'm gonna go with Dan Ige by decision.
yeah. I'm gonna take Costa, just to not agree with you on this one, but I will add the caveat that Dan Ige is the kind of veteran that like nobody looks good against. Even when they win, they just don't look amazing. Like a Bryce Mitchell didn't look amazing. Diego Lopez didn't look amazing against Dan Ige, right? He's just that good as a vet. Like he's durable, steady output, man. Doesn't really make mistakes. He just gets out techniqued right by guys. And I don't think Costa is per se, but I think Costa his style and I think it'll be enough to get past Ige. I don't think it'll be amazing though. I think it'll just be a case of higher output, slightly higher damage. I'll take Costa. I'll take Costa in this fight. I think he puts the pressure on Danny Ige. I don't think Danny Ige breaks per se, but I think he's gonna bend a lot this fight for sure.
Yeah. So going higher in the card, we got the co-main here. We got
Ugh.
Jeff Neal versus Eros Medic. Jeff Neal coming off that spinning elbow loss to Carlos Prates, and then Eros Medic. Who do you win the last fight against? Salikov. So I like Salikov too. So tough
Mm-hmm.
win. Eros Medic is a very dangerous guy, very good striker. Jeff Neal also, a very good boxer, but coming off of a couple bad losses. Is he getting too old? Is his chin, gone? Can Eros Medic find his chin? Those are the questions we have for this fight. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Jeff Neal this fight. I still think I don't see Eros Medic being the guy that if he fought Salikov, I could see Salikov catching him with a head kick or some shit. I don't see Eros Medic being able to beat Neal because it would be a decision unless you think he could catch Neal TKO.
I think he can catch. I think Neal's chin is gone, bro. I think he's
Yeah, I
washed. I
think
ain't
his
gonna
chin is
lie.
gone. I just don't know if Medic could find his chin. You know,
Jeff Neal's chin is always up. That's the problem. Jeff Neal's chin. Jeff Neal doesn't have any defense,
I don't think his chin's always up.
and that's been the
His
case for
chin
a
is
long time.
down. He's just the way he fights. He's always in the danger
when
zone.
he backs out, his chin is up, and that's the problem. Where he's so trying to be so defensive now that he has no offense really, and that's the problem. Like his offense, it's there in spurts, but he's just so exposed that like people find his chin, bro. His knees are gone. He's had a lot of knee problems as well. So his mobility, his footwork isn't good enough to like hit angles as he used to in his striking. And I think Medic is. I mean, dude, listen, Balkan guys that have hairlines like that are just gonna run at you like the Terminator, and good luck putting them out. You're not knocking them out. And I think Medic is just gonna weather the war. And we've seen Jeff Neal in wars, man. He breaks right, in those situations as well. I think Medic gets a win over Jeff Neal. I think Jeff Neal's just a case of great knockout power. His body just failed him and he just didn't develop. I think once that Wonder Boy fight happened, like Jeff Neal never really went the next level after that. And then afterwards, Shavkat, Prates, like I just think he's done, man. At 35 with those injuries, I think he's done.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Neil. I think Neil can still get it done. I just don't. I don't know. I just think he could also just get one takedown, at the end of the rounds and win rounds that way, and just sit on them for a little bit. So, going into the main event, we got Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez.
Ooh.
We had Anthony Hernandez versus RDR, which we were excited for. We thought that was gonna decide who would give Chimaev the best fight. But after seeing RDR sell and get shit on by Brandon Allen, we now know this is probably the best matchup, unless Imaev can pull off or Imavov can pull off some type of upset. These two guys are probably the best matchup wise for Chimaev. I personally think Strickland is the best matchup for Chimaev, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go with Strickland this fight. I've seen you've seen how Strickland fought Imavov in the past, what he did to Izzy. I just think he's fought guys like Paulo Costa. I just think Sean Strickland is better than a lot of guys, and then when the fights he does lose, a lot of times he gets robbed or it's a very close fight. Right. So I can't see him losing a very close fight to Hernandez. So I'm gonna go with Strickland here. I think Strickland still gets it done in this fight. So I got Strickland here.
Yeah, so some of the stats for this fight, Sean Strickland, 80% takedown defense, man. That's a big one. And Anthony Hernandez 5.2 is his takedown average per fight. But Anthony Hernandez coming as a 130 underdog. I have to agree with you. I gotta take Sean Strickland, man. I think as good as I think Fluffy is, and I do think Fluffy is the better fight for Chimaev in terms of for a fan's perspective. I think that's the better fight. Sean Strickland just has such a anti-everything style. Like Sean Strickland's the kind of guy that's just not a good matchup for anyone. You can't really take him down. You can't really hit him. And all he does is just hit
unless you can completely knock him out like Pereira,
yeah, or like a DDP where you're willing to eat the punches to get in there, which not a lot of guys are. Because Sean Strickland, his game is literally 1-2s and teep kicks, right? And I think those teep kicks is something that I gotta see how Fluffy reacts. I think Sean just doesn't let himself get hit. I think he beats Fluffy. I think the problem is a guy like Delize looks so bad against Fluffy because he just kept swarming in there. And Fluffy preys on that. I think Sean is a horrible matchup for Fluffy in a sense of like, if Fluffy can't close that distance with the teep kicks, with the jab, with the fact that you can't strike from distance because Sean's so defensively sound, what can Fluffy do to hurt Sean?
After he stops a couple takedowns, I can see this going like how a Boost versus Strickland does, where he's just walking them down the whole fight, really.
Yeah. Which then, okay, we got Sean winning. That Chimaev fight, man, looks really interesting, and that's gonna be the next fight for Sean.
You could do it at the White House too. At that point.
Oh my gosh, bro! Bring Kadyrov and Putin to the White House. I'm sold. Yeah. I am sold, bro.
The people that Epstein worked for, the Russians.
Oh no, bro! Why is my camera turning red and twitching? Oh no! Oh. Yeah.
Why is my pager beeping?
No. Hey, careful, Michelle. You know what? I'm gonna change my pick. I think Michelle Pereira is gonna win now. Now you bring that up. He had the flag out, bro. He's got to win. But real talk, I just think Sean wins this. But if Fluffy wins this, man, this is huge. I think if he does win, that means he's gonna show us stuff in his game that we didn't see before. But we also got to remember, Fluffy's coming off a bad injury. Fluffy pulled out. What was the last fight he pulled out of?
RDR.
There's a fight pulled out of.
RDR.
RDR, yeah, and he had a bad injury. He had a really bad injury. Um, so I don't know, man. I don't. I think Strickland gets it for sure. I'm interested to see what out of pocket shit Sean Strickland says after the fight. So far so good. He only criticized the Bad Bunny halftime show, so like he's not being as out of pocket as usual. He's just
I'll
keeping
go
it
all the way out
normal.
of pocket. He better go all the way out of pocket. I'm trying to see it, bro. And I want to see him do that
Bro,
against Chimaev
if
too, bro.
I want to hear, I want to hear Sean Strickland bring up the Epstein files and stuff after the fight. I want him to
Honestly,
call out the
hot take:
pedophiles.
if he beats Hernandez convincingly, he has a better call to the title shot than Imavov because he dog walked Imavov. Let's be honest. He has a win over
I
Imavov.
agree.
He has a win over
I
Adesanya as
agree.
well. So I mean, former
Yeah.
champ. In my
And
opinion,
on a DDP fight that he got robbed in. He got robbed in the second DDP fight.
not the second one, the first one.
Not second, the first one. Sorry, the first one. The first one. The first one.
Let's say DDP.
No, the
Walked.
second one he didn't show up. The first one. The first one he got robbed.
Yeah, the first one he definitely got robbed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They pulled the Verna. I swear to God.
Yeah. And Imavov, did he look title worthy against Kyle Bohalio?
He
Really?
just did like what he had to do to win.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody I think is overrating that Izzy knockout a lot. In my opinion. I don't know. Imavov, because Imavov got dog walked by Strickland, like you bring up. Imavov didn't fight RDR. Imavov didn't fight Anthony Hernandez. Imavov didn't fight DDP. So really, who has Imavov beat in the top five that you could say, hey, I deserve a title shot? Nobody really.
Izzy and Kyle. That's about it.
Yeah, but okay, so Izzy, he knocked out Izzy, but Izzy was already trending downwards, and he beat Kyle, who hadn't really beat anybody in the top five anyway. So,
Yeah.
which again, I think it's gonna be food for Hamza. I think Hamza's just gonna run through Imavov, lay on him for 5 rounds, and then we'll get him and Strickland in 2028 because Hamza's gonna take another year and a half off. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Bro,
Anyways,
Ramadan just started. Hamza's not fighting anytime soon. That's the other part that's shitty. Ramadan just started. Hamza's not fighting until like some end of summer. So
yeah. So hey, that's gonna do it for our picks video. For Strickland versus Hernandez.
so who do you got? Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather?
What?
They announced that fight.
For what?
In the Congo. They're fighting. They're doing a boxing fight.
Nigga,
Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather.
I'm not. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's like who I got. Who I got? Fucking Ronda Rousey or the other chick or Gina. I don't give a fuck.
Carano.
Who do you think wins that though? For real. Gina.
Ronda, just because Ronda's younger. I think that's the only reason why. I like Gina though. If Gina's been working out, I'll take Gina. I don't really give a shit. All I know is Ronda. I don't know what Dana did to piss her off, but Ronda was like, Netflix is serious by booking this fight. This rivalry has layers.
Because
We're even going to do better numbers than Paramount.
She asked to do it on UFC, and he said, "No, you're shit." That's why she's mad at him.
And I agree with Dana because after the Nunes fight, I mean, dude, she came and fought Nunes, all because she was cherry picking. She didn't want to do a Holly rematch. She didn't want to fight Misha again.
What division would she
fought
fight
Nunes,
in?
get knocked out.
What division would she fight in?
Bantamweight.
She would fight in bantamweight. Okay, she would get fucked up by fucking Jocelyn Edwards.
Everyone, bro.
Misha Tate. They should have done Misha Tate. Ooh, Misha Tate would have fucked her up. Like, literally, everybody in our roster would fuck her up.
Yeah, she's washed. Yeah,
So
anyway, can't wait for Saturday.
Picks video.
Shout out Paramount.
Shout out Paramount.